You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian.
Oh,
what are
sorry.
you doing?
I hit the wrong button. Okay. It was a good video.
Hey, we'll start all over.
Hold on. Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. All right, start over.
No.
All right, I'm Joey.
This is episode 140 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. Come on along, everybody. Spend the next hour or so with us talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, pickles, unPAved, or just playing bikes.
Unpickled.
Unpickled. Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Dave, we've just trademarked that, and unpickled. And actually, I think we're all going to be kind of pickled on Sunday night.
Oh, yeah. It jinxed all of us.
Sunday night. Well, we'd be pickled from riding in the rain and pickled from, like, post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Ready? I did this on purpose.
Score. Nice. I love the cracks.
Yep. Yeah, it jinxed all of us last week, and weather was looking great, and called an audible on us, and now we're looking at rain Saturday.
Rain.
And rain Sunday.
Rain.
I've already...
Rain.
Well, we'll talk about it. I've already talked about switching tires. I had a customer call who I didn't even know he was a gravel rider in the area. Obviously doesn't know who we are.
Well,
but he'll be up there, and he's like, "Oh, I just started stocking like a selection of gravel tires.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happened to have what he wanted in, so he's throwing them. We're throwing them on tomorrow. Just has his backup wheel set.
Perfect.
And thanks, Dave.
Well, before we get there, what are you drinking? What did you just crack open?
Dogfish 60-minute IPA.
Is that one of those IPA tasting IPAs?
Oh, the IPAs taste like IPAs to me.
No.
We had a really hoppy, well, not hoppy. We had a really like over IPA'd. I don't know if it was Mully's,
Well, I told
Southern
you.
Tier Brewery, or something. Our Friday happy hours.
No matter how I try to get away from the beer, it sucks me back in.
Well, you got Pacifico. That's the classiest of trashy beer.
It's true. I am drinking a Pacifico. So I'm sorry I interrupted you. You were talking about an IPA that you
was
had
just it.
at the Mully's thing.
No, we had it at the shop. Tyler got it, but it was very IPA-ish.
Yeah. Really hoppy.
It was
I'm happy
good.
to
I don't
be
think
here.
you would have liked it at all.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I know. I ignore Brian a lot just to get a better reaction out of Brian.
Okay. I say, we talked about what we're drinking, but actually at the end of the day, who cares? What were we just eating? Because that to me is the highlight of episode 140. I mean, you want me to give the rundown?
I just want to say, up until 138, I wasn't really sure about this podcast, whether I was going to like it or not.
Oh, this is going to be the best podcast ever.
Then we had 139. 139 was great. No, I didn't know if I'd like you by now.
So, Joey makes pizza on his smoker. And
Pizza on the smokers.
oh man, it was so good. So you made this fantastic, like fully stuffed, like sausage thing. Did you get it?
It's got ear hair, you know what happens when you get cold.
A fully stuffed sausage pizza that was fantastic.
Yeah.
But the highlight for me though was something I've been craving for a very long time, and
Hug.
you hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
We had a
It
pickle
was the
pizza.
extra garlic I put on.
It was a pickle pizza.
Yes, it was legitimately a...
So walk through your technique. Because I was impressed. Or do you want to leave it? Because you're going to make a video about that, aren't you?
I don't know. That'll be in our vlog.
Okay.
I have to collect.
What episode are you on now on that?
I'm working up the first one. I'm so back and forth on how I want to do it. I'm just like, screw it. I have a lot of footage. Just going to make it into
Oh,
something.
dude, you just throw it all out there.
Oh, yeah.
You just throw it.
It'll evolve.
Yeah. You figure out what
Because I want to have a
style.
fresh one for unPAved.
You figure out what your style.
So I'll wrap it
Just
up
do
tomorrow, release it, and then unPAved will be it separate.
Cool. Well, I will just briefly describe it then. It was olive oil and garlic base on the crust
Yep.
with a crap ton of mozzarella, which was
whole bag.
perfect. A whole bag of mozzarella.
And then
sliced dill pickles on top of that. 20 minutes in the smoker.
Dietz and Watson pickles.
Oh, my God. You even said it was good, and you weren't so sure about it.
Oh, it was very good.
It was
I want to do
delicious.
peanut butter as the sauce next time.
Let's experiment. I'm
Yep.
game. Let's
I'll do the
it.
mini ones just in case it
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
pumped about that. That's exciting. It was so good. And hopefully we'll get a picture that'll make a cover photo for this episode. So hopefully you're getting to see it as well, because we've gotten locked out of our Instagram account, everybody.
Yeah, Brian locked us out the best, worst week of the year.
I know.
We were trying to organize, do unPAved stuff.
I got locked out.
So when you did that, though, like I literally got kicked out of I have 5 or 6 business profiles.
You got licked out of all of them?
All of them. I had to re-sign in, and I don't know the password to a couple of them. So like my old photography one, I don't really care. Pack Paddles, Pack Adventure, GTD, Joey Sikorsky, and I have a specialized Athos attachment that I'm part of. I got kicked out of that.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
I'm so sorry. I was just trying to do.
Hey, we all got
house.
locked out of Instagram yesterday.
I was just trying to clean house and kind of get things, neat and tidy, and kind of, just going through and getting rid of some of the spammy stuff. And it, I guess Instagram doesn't like that. So whatever. We're locked out until October 10th, I think.
Which is after unPAved.
He's going to come back.
We'll use our personal ones.
So yeah, we'll actually give our personal. Mine you can find at BN Rains, RAINES.
What's your middle name?
Neil. Now that was just basically you just gave away like a spammer question. It's like, what's your middle name? What was your first what was your kindergartner teacher's name? What was your first car?
What was your first concert? Yeah. What was your first dog's name?
And what's yours personal?
What's your social security number?
It is 112. No. Do you even know you're on Instagram? I'll give it. Joey
Sikorsky 24.
Joey Sikorsky 24.
I blocked myself from Joey Sikorsky as is because I already had it once, and then when I turned to Ginger Grinder, I couldn't go back. So,
well, I'm glad you got rid of Ginger Grinder.
Everyone is
disturbing. I'm sure your wife, especially your in-laws, are pretty.
Hey, I could have rolled that to like a nice OnlyFans account or something.
You could have.
Anyway,
so I dropped a new video this last week.
It was good
on the updates that you so graciously did for me on the bike. You spent a lot of time.
I never charge you for your handlebars.
You didn't?
No,
okay.
I forgot.
Okay.
I
didn't. Okay. We'll take care of it. So you so graciously spent your time and I think you cut yourself a couple of times. So there was some blood. Yeah, there was some blood in there too. And did all these bike updates. So you can go to our YouTube channel to see that. But what I thought was really cool is I got a lot of footage in the video from inside the new bike shop, which I thought was cool. That's kind of neat. It was kind of unintended, but if you want to see what goes on in Joey's world, before the vlog comes out, then there you go. But what do we do? Run down really quickly. New bars, new bar tape, new cassette, new chain, new
frame?
Bottom bracket. No, I wish new frame. New bottom bracket, right? We took the bottom bracket off the Roubaix.
Inception.
Put that on there. And then there's one more thing. Brake bleed.
Yeah, we bled and clean your pads. We scrubbed scrubbed your pads out. Took a little sandpaper to them.
And I had already redone the wheels and the tires myself. I set them up myself. So hopefully they'll
all 16 ounces of sealant in each tire.
I kept asking Joey. He's like messaging him. I was like, okay, Joey, 4 ounces of sealant. Never heard back from him. I said,
it's on the bottle.
I told you. I said, I never heard back from you. So I went ahead and put 8 ounces in.
It's like people at work ask me, it's on the bottle.
I don't know.
I remember trying to read.
I don't want to read the side of a bottle that has the instructions when I can just ask you. It's more intimate to ask you. It's more personal. I like the personal.
That's why I told you 16 ounces. Just see if you actually do it.
So the other thing we did was to make sure all of those things settled in nicely, and just to have a good.
We just threw it together.
Good time.
Actually, we were trying to figure out where to park on the way up.
Yeah, we went up to the Towpath. We took off Friday night after Joey got off work and set up camp after dark. And the plan was
barely after. Yeah, it was dark.
After dark.
It was after dark.
The plan was to just ride the few miles to a first hiker biker.
Yeah, so we did plan that ahead of time. I mean, just a couple middle of the week. I was like, hey, let's go.
Yeah,
and you had the genius idea of let's only ride a little bit, so we're not stinky, sweaty, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I thought it was a smart way to do it.
Oh, it was a genius way to do it.
Dark, just
especially
ride a little bit,
especially with Brunswick because we get food in the morning of and everything.
Little did we know there was a train festival going on.
Train festival.
So the train's actually parked.
You thought cyclists were bad? You should look at Train Fanatics.
My
wow.
goodness!
Oh,
wow. Okay, hey, everybody's got to have a thing. And you know what? We got some good information because we'd have been still standing there. And that dude was like, no, this train's going to be here at least an hour.
Locomotive said, Captain A.
So we waited on the wrong side of the tracks to get into Brunswick. And then once we got into Brunswick, we went to Beans and Belfry, had breakfast. Amazing.
That was some of the best sausage gravy I've had. And I've had Roy Rogers in frying pans.
And so then we jokingly said to each other, wouldn't it be funny?
No. You said.
Did I say? Or I jokingly said, wouldn't it be something if there was a train blocking?
I'm leaving.
Then we get down there. And not only was there a train blocking, but it was the same train.
It was the slow roll train festival, something. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that we got the
We
inside
sat there
scoop.
for
it was a long time.
The first time.
So what we did was we said, screw this. We jumped in the truck, threw everything in there, went down to
10 minutes down the road.
Catoctin Aqueduct.
Yep.
Jumped on the bikes
Excellent.
there.
That was an excellent parking spot for In and Out.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of people.
There.
Yeah.
Right there. We shouldn't tell that to everybody.
Yeah,
no, we didn't go there.
Edit that
everybody.
out.
No, we didn't go there. And then rode, 50, 60 miles, something like that?
Well, we rode 5 or 6 earlier, thinking we were going to add on to that. We had to cut our Garmin's off and then drive. And then we had 57, 58. This was just out of metric.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the freaking canal.
On the canal.
I don't think I've done that in a long time. Not at that pace.
I looked at my Garmin statistics. I think it was like around a 90% on the pedal.
Oh, yeah, it was freaking... It gassed me. I mean, I wasn't exaggerating. I wasn't pulling a Pete Gisner at the end.
We
I had to lay down.
Say that.
I was joking with Pete because Pete gassed himself a few rides ago. I gassed myself to get back.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that at the end there.
What?
That you were...
I was in a hole?
Yeah, behind
me.
I
put on a good... those last 5 miles sucked.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
I needed it.
I'm sorry.
I didn't really need it, but...
Well, we were running low on water.
The problem is I think I planned on doing around 20 miles on Saturday, and then then you're like, oh, let's, yeah. And then I'm like, screw it. Like, if I have a problem doing that, then I shouldn't be doing unPAved.
True that.
Doing.
And I didn't really have a problem.
No, I didn't have a problem.
We didn't take any breaks.
No, it was 28 miles before we actually took our feet off the pedals.
Yep.
Which is a lot for me. Usually I stop, take pictures, bulk wrap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were blasting by people.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But I only brought a bottle and a half of water because I drank the other half in my tent because I had to wash down my bourbon.
You did drink a lot of bourbon around the campfire.
Yeah, so we did roll up to camp, and there was a few other guys in the site. And we had our nice burritos that kind of everyone was like staring at you. We got the brisket burritos from Chipotle, and everyone was like, ooh.
Joey had this great idea and it was a great idea, to stop at Chipotle on the way up.
Yeah, pack a burrito.
Got a burrito, do it in the jersey pack. Bike's all packed up. We get to camp, get everything set up. We go over, sit down at the picnic table.
We're not taking our
burritos. I remember the one comment from the guy's like, Where'd the burrito come from?
I was like, Chipotle?
I told him my back pocket.
And then, they were sitting in the dark for a while. I'm like, so you guys want a campfire? And those guys are great. I've been following David. Yeah. But yeah, I thought we had a campfire. We had a nice fire.
Yeah, it was a beautiful night.
I took a flask of bourbon. I thought you'd drink more. I just kept drinking.
It was a really perfect camping night.
Oh my God. I slept like a baby.
It was perfect. It was really nice.
Other than the 6 o'clock train.
So you can go watch the video.
Yeah, video was great.
It's really short. It's only 3 or 4 minutes.
But yeah, I went in with like 3 goos and 2 waffles.
I didn't even have that.
You had a bottle. You didn't even take a second bottle.
1 bottle, and I had pickles. And you notice a recurring theme here. We did say we were going to talk about pickles.
We've been doing a lot of pickles this year in general.
I had some Lance peanut butter crackers, and what else did I have? I had like a granola bar, I think. So that was my sustenance for our 50, 60 miles or whatever in the world it was.
We were like 20 or not even in, and I started eating. You're like, oh, we'll stop. And I was like, I got to eat now. But I was just eating a waffle.
So I get home, and literally, Joey, I kid you not, because I texted you.
You texted him like, I'm down. I think I was watching F1 in my room and eating popcorn. Brian's like, I just bought half of REI. I was like, and you asked me about pads, and I'm like, are you buying this stuff? You're like, I got $600 in my cart.
I literally, within 20 minutes of getting home, have $600 worth of stuff in my REI cart. But to be fair,
you're evolving.
So no, it's actually
sort of evolving.
It's like a backwards hook. because
Yeah, you're going the wrong way.
no, because this used to be my jam.
Yeah.
And being portable and light. And then when I started leading tours, a lot of my gear migrated towards
Vans
and being carried. So the pad got a little bit bigger. The tent gets a little bit bigger. Everything gets a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And then thanks to you, and I do have to thank you because it was a lot of fun to throw just some minimal stuff on a bike and run out.
We need to go out more.
Yeah. Now I need to. Yeah. So I had to get some more ultra light gear. So I'm actually going to make some videos on the selections that I made. So I'm not gonna hit that here.
Did you get the pad?
Yeah.
Did you get a new bag too?
New bag?
No. Bag? Oh,
no. My bag is fine. My bag I like. My bag.
I want to see how your pad is because my pad. Well, I also bought my stuff for my bike, like straight bike. That's why my stuff's so small.
So we both.
That's what my pad is like.
You had the
small
Nemo pad.
Yeah,
but I just bought a Nemo pad. So I
you might be bigger.
I migrated to the big Agnes Air Core Deluxe, 3.5 inches thick, and the extra long, extra wide. It's basically queen size, I think, is what it comes down to.
I should show you my pad size.
Huge. So
I smother it when I'm on top.
It actually, my problem was that when every which way I folded it, it literally felt like it was taking up half of my frame bag just for the sleeping pad. Yeah. And I was like, that doesn't work. And so I went to the Nemo Tensor, which is a much smaller, but it's still like, I got the long version of it. So it's like 76/25.
I think mine's 70. Mine's exactly my height.
I went from, I think the Big Agnes is 78/30. So I'm 5 inches narrower, but 2 inches shorter. So it still should be fine for me. I don't think I'm going to have any problems with it. But
and you're running the half dome, which is a great tent.
Oh my God, it's a great tent, but it's huge.
But you put it next to my quarter dome. My quarter dome looks small. But when I get inside my quarter dome, it feels big. My quarter dome SL2 is.
So you still have a 2-person tent. The SL2 is still.
And it's only like just under 3 pounds.
So I went to the quarter dome SL1.
Well, that's what we shouldn't be talking about.
Yeah, but it's okay. We talk about it. So I went to the SL1, which is super light. I think trail weight on that is just over 2 pounds.
Yeah.
So I went from between the pad and the tent, a trail weight of
you dropped like 2.5 pounds.
I dropped like 4 pounds.
Oh.
I dropped like 4 pounds.
Dang.
And what I'm not so much worried about the weight as I am the size. The size is what really kind of gets you.
I'll say I haven't used my Kona before, and my top tube is like it barely fits my. Well, you strap yours to the top.
Yeah,
I put mine in my Nittany bag.
I don't know why you
Kona has a big triangle.
Just strap them right to the.
I know. I just didn't have extra straps or anything.
Yeah. The other thing I did, I've always had the anything cages for the front forks, but when I got rid of the A-wall,
remember I traded you?
Yeah.
That piece of rack burned.
When I got rid of my A-wall, I really didn't want to put those things on the carbon forks on the Diverge.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it. Just really lightly and carry light duty stuff. So I needed some waterproof bags for that. So now I've got Rebel 8 bags that designed to go in the anything cages. So it was just basically a lot of like, I had migrated away from that ultralight kind of setup and you really opened my eyes to that fact and I needed to correct that in my life. And I'm excited because when I get the new Diverge frame, it's got the 2 mounts on the front fork. So I won't have to play games with
reindeer.
Yeah. And all that stuff. So,
well, I'm thinking, we have another solid weekend or 2 in October.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other places we talked about going.
Yeah, I was looking the other day, but I don't even care. I just want to go do some overnights.
I might be up at Nittany, up at the headquarters of Nittany Mountain Works. Last weekend of October.
Oh, that's right. They were inviting their special VIPs, which you qualify, and I don't.
Hey, we'll see Evan. You can be like, hey, Evan.
Still don't understand that one, but okay. The only other thing going on in my world is that I almost got run over today on the road.
By the way, I almost got run over by
riding on the road sucks, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Except for I've been noodling this through today because Joey, I'm a big guy, and people sometimes I think in cars can be a little aggressive with people on bikes thinking that they're not going to stand up for themselves. And I typically go the exact opposite direction, much to the people that are maybe around me's chagrin. I'm a little, I'll say it, abusive with regards to having someone threaten my life with a big giant vehicle, which is what I did today. But I always try to put myself, what if that was your wife out there?
Oh, yeah.
And this guy does that too? What if it's my wife that's out there? You know, what if it's a new cyclist? You know, I just...
What if it's one of us?
You know, I can take care of myself. I mean, you know...
Until you get hit.
Until you get hit. I mean, but that's going to end anybody's day badly. It doesn't matter who you are. But it literally was a punishment pass. It was, I'm going to see how close I can get to you and how fast I can go by you to let you know. And then I'm going to slam on the brakes and stop in front of you because I got to jaw at you. Kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, little did he know that I have cameras running on my bike. And I recorded the whole thing. And it's all on the YouTube channel. And he had a local politician's plastered all over.
Back window.
Whole back window was wrapped as promotion for a local politician who I followed up with, who was a law enforcement candidate. And we've had several nice conversations, and I've gotten some apologetic emails, if you will. So
you're being hunted as we speak.
Probably.
If my house gets egged.
Probably.
Yeah,
they know my well, no, now they do. They all know. He can look it all up. He knows my plates. He knows my truck. You know what? So what? Bring it. I'm ready to take on the world. I want to take on. I want to take on GCN.
I see what you did there.
Last week's episode, we had somebody send us a comment. Jeff Grimm, thank you, Jeff, again for
Great
that.
comment, though.
Great comment. Talking about GCN said this and GCN said that. We have received comments from listeners that have said, "Oh God, GCN sucks." You know. Basically,
we want to fight GCN.
So, game on, GCN.
We're recruiting right now.
We're recruiting for Team Anti-GCN. If you would like to join us on Instagram. We won't be able to acknowledge you because we're blocked right now.
Yeah.
We
can't even message, can we?
That is, yeah. No, it's funny. We can message.
Oh.
It's the weird thing. You can do some things, but you can't do other things.
I'll tell you what, I got back on MySpace yesterday, the things you could do on there.
That's where Wes is. If anybody wants to find Wes, and
he's probably secretly on MySpace.
Leaving Wookiee noises.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gotten any Wookiee noises.
I hope so. I'm going to say his number again today.
We're going to give him out until finally he goes, why are all these people Wookiee calling me? I think you got in your section on things.
Knowing Wes, he probably is Wookieing back and understands everyone.
He's probably answering the phone and having Wookiee conversations. That wouldn't surprise me. Did he have a good Wookiee?
I don't know. Probably knowing Wes.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
You've got all of this stuff to save for later.
Even my part I added, we're saving for later.
Okay, we're going to save all of that stuff for later because we're going to talk about unPAved setups. But before we even get to that, I want to talk about Roubaix.
Yes.
Roubaix was this last weekend. Wow. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? It was a muddy...
I was able to watch the highlights and
that's all I watched.
And then watch the hour extended.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I mean,
the women's race was awesome, and then the mud slop fest on the men's race.
I enjoyed the women's race. I think
the women put on a good road worlds 2 weeks ago. The Roubaix was amazing. So if you didn't know, the winner of Paris-Roubaix Femmes, which is the female race, Lizzie Deignan. We were just talking about how to pronounce that one. Yeah. We butchered names. All the commentators have a different...
Yeah. So she rode without gloves, and if you saw her hands at the end of that event, they were ripped to shreds.
She needs some gloves.
I
don't like gloves either.
What is it you have against gloves?
A lot of people wear gloves.
Well, I wear gloves.
There's a lot of reasons to wear gloves.
I wear gloves because if I fall, it protects your hands.
Yeah, I just sometimes don't like the extra.
Don't like the feeling.
Usually I forget them, and I only up with one. Yeah. So if I don't have to remember them, then I don't.
Well, she should have worn gloves because the prize money that she won probably will not cover the medical bills that she's going to have from that. Oh my goodness.
It's like 1,800 euros versus 33,000 euros or something.
It was ridiculous. Yeah. Trek needs to step it up.
You been under a rock? That's how the women's have been.
No, I know, but it's just one of those, when something like this happens and it becomes that apparent, and it's like this, the women's race has the same conditions as the men's race. It's just as exciting. It's just as, why isn't there a just as with regards to the money that you win? And it's all, cycling is sponsor driven. So I do not understand it. Trek got just as much promotion out of her crossing that finish line with her bloody hands pulling the Superman thing so whatever. I'll come down off my horse, but I just, it upset me.
You mean your bike?
Upsets me, and I think that I don't even want to say who won the men's race, because who cares? Because
he was riding a Meridia.
No,
but
the men's race.
I hate that company.
The thing with Lizzie was she ran out early, and she stayed out front. And I think that's what won it for her, because she finished first. No, I mean, she avoided the carnage of the cobbles.
Yeah.
And that, I think, made a huge difference. The winner of the men's race, Sonny Cabrelli. That was a good Italian. It was a good
that
finish
came
on
down,
that one, too.
That one wasn't, the men's was unfortunate. Like, Sagan went down early. GVA, Greg Vermont, I never pronounced his last name, had an issue. I think it was his brakes, and then Vanderpool kind of pulled through. Wout van Aert somehow got stuck behind a crash, and I think Forrest Arenberg on that sector of cobbles, but didn't get off his bike, but couldn't bridge the gap.
Ride with flats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
tubeless tires won men's and women's.
That's cool.
And Julian Alaphilippe won on tubeless, or no, I think he just won on tubes last. The tubular days are getting.
How did Hamilton do in the finish?
Lewis Hamilton.
I'm trying to tie in your F1 addiction.
Oh,
here, did he race in it? Carlos Sainz or whatever.
Carlos Sainz.
Sounds all these F1 people. Joey's very into F1 now too, and he's kind of trying to pull me in
just
that direction.
Sunday morning between I'll be on the unpaved course with no service, trying to see how the race goes.
So I talked to Dave. Speaking of unpaved, I talked to Dave earlier today because of the weather. I said, hey, I'm seeing a lot of questions and a lot of comments on the bag drops, how the bag drops work. So Dave is sending out an email, but he shared a preview of it with me. So my first tip for everybody is to pay attention to that email, because the drop bags, while not complicated, if you don't understand how they're going to work, it's not going to do you.
You can't even read directions on a bottle for sealant.
Stop it. Okay, so you're going to get 2 drop bags at check-in. One is filled with goodies and swag. The other one is not. One is bright green. One is beige. Bag 1 is bright green. Bag 2 is beige. They're going to have a number on it. Remember your number. Yes, sir.
No, I'm just going.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to have a number on it, and you need to know your number. And anything that is important to you that may not be provided at aid stations, you're going to want to manage your 2 bags. So you can drop something in the bag, or you can take something like rain gear out of the bag. But they are only going to be available at certain aid stations.
I'm going to put dry clothes in a dry bag.
So read the email. I'm not going to try to go through all of the things, but there's going to be stuff at the aid stations. There's going to be water. There's going to be goo. There's going to be PB&J, or there's going to be all those kind of things, or whatever. But if you have some specific nutritional needs, you got to have your whatever flavor scratch, or your known tablets, or whatever it is that your stomach likes. If you got to have it, put it in that bag. Tubes are another thing to put in that bag, because mechanics at unPAved are not going to be providing tubes this year. Remember that, folks. Learn it, live it, love it. Lights. Which bag do they go in? Read the email to find out which bag you want to store your lights on. Well, you may not want to do that. Yeah. So there is a tremendous amount of information in that email that Dave is sending out. Read it. Read it again, and then maybe print it off and bring it with you, because it's really important, because that is, with the weather that's coming, with it being a wet unpaved, you're probably going to want to make use of those bags. I know I am going to make use of those bags to have things in there that I may think I might need, that I can know, okay, I'm going to have that just a little bit further down the road. The first time you will encounter a bag is going to be mile 45. You would think it's going to be the first aid station. It's not, because there's no way they're going to be able to get those bags. Managing these bags, the logistics of these bags is nothing short of a miracle, moving these bags. And you had to read it in the email. Once you've accessed your bag, you've got to put your bag in a different location. If you're going to want your bag at the finish, if you're planning on bugging out, why would anybody do that instead of going to the unPAved party? I don't know. But it's important to know. So there you go. I just wanted to make sure to reiterate that with everybody. So let's not talk about unPAved yet. You want a Strava Club?
Strava Club. Good luck, everybody.
I did. Yeah, good luck at unPAved. We're going to talk about so stick around. We're going to talk about unPAved setups. Specifics with regard to what to carry, when to carry it, how to carry it, what to do with it.
When to conceal your carry.
Strava Club first, though. Strava Club first.
Pete Arner from Chester, West Virginia. Chester, West Virginia with 160.2.
Good job, Pete.
Derek Johnson from Goodrich, Michigan, the Mitten, 203.1. And Jennifer Hansen from Florence, Arizona. She got oceanfront property there with 139.5.
Good job, Pete, Derek, and Jennifer.
All you needed was 123.6 to hit that. No new members. We're staying steady at 762. And our Strava club is strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
We'll get a lot of new friends from unPAved.
Hopefully. Yeah. I mean, I got to meet this Jake guy. He's not from State Farm tomorrow, who's local and doing unPAved.
Everybody in the Strava club I consider a friend. I
don't have any friends like that.
Well, no. I've
That's too much drama. 762.
I go through the...
You just showed me the shake kudos thing.
Yeah.
I actually need to... let me go find a ride today. Let me find groups of people today.
So congratulations, everybody did well in the Strava Club. So, Joey, let's talk about... Because I'm looking at the list. I was basically just going, I'm going to make sure I have an extra tube. And I'm looking at the list of stuff that you've got together. Let's talk about changes that you've made to your bike.
Hey, the drop bag email just came out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, 734.
Some specific changes to the bike, as well as supplies and things you're going to carry. What's going on with the bike first?
The bike needs to be cleaned because it's dirty from...
I cleaned mine.
I'm going over two bikes really quick. Jess's, I put on a Wolf Tooth, I think 38 oval ring, only oval because it was available.
Okay.
I geared her down, which she hates on the road, but for the climbing. And then she has 1142 in the back, GRX setup. Yep.
Before you go too far, did you change the tire on Jess's?
No, tomorrow.
You are going to do it though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then I've been planning on just riding my 650 wheels for a little bit more confidence in some of the gravel out there. So I got to swap her stuff over. I got a new tire because Brian ran his over with a couple razor blades.
I just stuck it with a pickaxe. That's all.
So she's getting set up with that. I had my Kona set up as is with the Roval Terra CLs with, what are those Terravales we're running?
The Washburns.
Washburns. However, those got washed out when I looked at the weather yesterday and saw a lot of rain. It's actually forecast. It's only 50%, but you know how it goes. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday is showers.
Do you know what that actually means?
What? It's going to be Bluebird?
So
I want an overcast day.
50% doesn't necessarily mean that it's a 50% chance that rain is going to happen. It means that over 50% of the area within the forecast, they will experience rain.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you know that, though?
I don't know.
That's something that I just learned. I don't know if that's common knowledge that everybody knows, but I didn't know that. So if, like, in your specific forecast region, it's a 40% chance of rain, that means that 40% of that region will encounter rain.
All right. Anyway, I saw that, and
I'm probably wrong too. Somebody was punking me with that. I don't know.
Jess's tires are set because they're fat. They got some nice bite. I'm switching out to some specialized rhombus tires.
What pressure are you going to run Jess at?
Like 35.
Okay.
40. I don't know.
Recommend 30.
Yeah, but 650 by 47s are totally different than 700 by 42s.
Well, I'm going to run my 650 47s at 30.
Oh, good. I'll run mine at 29.
Okay.
My rhombuses, so I got these rhombus from Ben, my Specialized rep, like a year ago. He just gave them to me, and they're still in a box upstairs. And I'm going through them, I'm like, oh, I need to order tires. I'm like, I have some at home. They're pretty decently knobbed.
Yeah, they got some knobs on them.
And I'll carry an air compressor with us just in, no, just kidding. No, I'll come in. I'll put those on, I think. I'll probably wait till Thursday or Friday morning for that. Probably Thursday, just in case.
Just in case the forecast changes. Yeah.
But so that's the only thing I'm really switching. I have my normal setup I've had on that bike, running GRX 2x. But what I did, and I think gave you a little bit of shocker, I wrote out my Nittany tool roll that I carry and some of my supplies.
Yeah.
That I have for most normal rides. There's a couple things I'll add extra or more of for this. But just a quick rundown. So if this is Thursday and you're just listening to this, hopefully it's not Friday while you're driving and you forgot something, but maybe, I don't know. You should have prepared better.
Ouch.
Brian?
That stings.
Brian's like, hey, I'm getting tubes on Sunday. Well,
I know.
I'm going to pick Brian up some tubes tomorrow up at College Park.
I tried my best to get them.
I know. All right, so in my tool roll, so this is pretty much what I normally carry on my bike. My multi-tool of choice, which I might change up soon, I don't know, is the Crank Brothers M20, which has a chain tool on it. It has all my Allen keys. It's got the little bacon pack from with the bacon strips in it. It's got the tool for the bacon. It has a slot for a quick link in it if you want, in a little case, etc. But if you can't fix anything with that, pretty much you're done for the day. At least for my knowledge. If I can't fix anything with it, I'm kind of toast.
That's a substantial tool. I'm looking at it online.
I mean, it's not huge. It's like it fits in the bag.
And that has a chain breaker built into it as well? Okay.
So I carry that with the bacon in it. I don't keep the Master Link in there, but you can. With that, though, I keep the Wolf Tooth Master Link pliers with links loaded. So the Master Link pliers help you pop a Master Link. It's a tire lever. And then when you open it up, you can put 2 sets of Master Links. And the center bolt that, it pivots on is a chainring bolt. So
cool.
So between those two things, you kind of got everything.
Everything you need for chain maintenance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's getting pretty old and beat up. I've had it since they came out with them, and it's probably the best tool I've had that I don't use a lot. But
how often do you have to use that?
Not a whole lot, but when I have to, I'm ready.
Yeah. That's half the battle, the confidence in having whatever you need.
I always keep a spare hanger. My hanger for my Kona is in there. I do keep a spare shift cable.
Okay.
Just in case. I keep a stand start to be sponsor correct for Dave, but I will be switching to Dynaplug.
Now, will you carry just regular bacon as well?
So bacon's in the Crank Brothers tool.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep, it's got the little case now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I keep it all.
Gotcha.
I keep a CO2 head in there. I don't keep the CO2s in there. There's only so much room, and I keep a spare set of cleat bolts.
Okay, smart.
And then I keep a spare tubeless valve. It actually has a little thing in the Nittany tool roll.
Okay.
So it doesn't take up any extra space. And then
wait a minute, the whole valve or just the
the valve, like a whole valve.
The whole valve. Okay.
Yeah. Because there's a little tiny elastic piece by the Velcro that most people don't know what it's there for, is for a tubeless valve. So, or valve core removable tool, whatever you put.
If you had a damaged valve and you needed to replace the whole valve, how are you going to reseat the tire?
CO2. I keep it there just as backup.
Yeah. So the CO2 is there.
You never know.
You keep the CO2 in play to seat the tire.
Like, what if I'm up at unPAved and we're still in town, but I have an incident where I break something?
Yeah.
And I can get something. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm with you.
Or I need the valve core head. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. My tires, when those things seat, they get stuck in the bead. Like, it's really easy once you set them up.
But my point is, if you had to crack the bead to replace the valve,
they set up so at least my wheel combo does.
And I guess you'd really only have to break one side and a part of one side. So
like I said, it's more with the CO2, we're in town. If something screws up, we're at the house. I can use tools and a compressor.
Heard. Gotcha.
And then I do keep a GP2 patch kit, which Park Tool makes. It is the stick-on patches.
Mm-hmm.
That's a backup for like a tube.
Okay.
I don't keep boots in there because I already usually have goo and goo wrappers.
Goo wrappers
work as a boot.
Yeah.
So that's in my tool roll, which gets pretty tight, but it's just enough, and that gets held together with a volet strap.
Man, that's a lot of stuff.
But it's not bulky.
No. I've seen your tool roll. It's compact. It's
Nice tight sack. But in my frame bag for this, because I either have on a frame bag or usually my pierogi bag, I'm going to keep 2 spare tubes. I'm going to keep 3 CO2s, and then my little small hand pump that has a CO2 attachment and a hand pump. It's the combo.
Okay.
Just as a failsafe.
Gotcha. Okay, you want me to run through the things on your list that I carry? I have CO2 and spare tubes. I have
1 CO2?
No, I'll probably carry 2 or 3.
You better pack 2 chemos.
I'll probably carry 2 or 3. The CO2 head, the small hand pump, a multi-tool, and bacon and stand starts. The only things I don't have is whatever you've got going on in the M20 that I don't have. I don't carry the spare hanger. I don't carry a spare shift cable. I don't carry the Wolftooth Master Link pliers. I actually don't even carry spare Master Links, which is a huge mistake, I know. I don't carry the spare cleat bolts, but I actually think that I might throw some because they come in really handy, and I've got some.
If you don't, an option is water bottle cage bolts.
Mm-hmm.
If you really need them.
Yeah.
Or you could use cleat bolts as your bolt. So the head on the cleat bolts is a little bit lower profile.
Mm-hmm.
But I even did it on a sick ride one night this year. I forgot who it was. His cleat, one of his bolts came out on his SPDs because none of us were running SLs. And I just kind of surprised him when I took off one of his water bottle cage bolts. I'm like, "You're down a bolt right now."
Well, that happens,
and I got him home.
That happens all the time. Cleat bolts are...
You need to check them before you leave for the ride.
They're a huge problem on tours.
Yeah. When your foot gets stuck?
Seldom do I go through a tour when somebody doesn't have a cleat bolt issue. You know, especially the big tours, the event tours. Whew, somebody's always having a problem with that. So I guess I do carry a lot of these things. It's just seeing them all in a list is fairly impressive, and that you're as organized. And literally, I sat here and watched you.
Organized.
Yeah, you are. I sat here and watched you throw this list together in like literally 2 minutes. You were just like, clack, clack, clack,
well, I knew what I have in there. The one thing I need to put in there is I'll keep a couple of the mini like sample size chamois butter packets. I just started getting the chamois butter the last 6 months. So I will keep those in my frame bag.
Oh, they're great.
So they'll be nice if it's wet.
Yeah.
Or you're like at mile 50 or 60 and you need to put a little bit extra in there.
A little something pops up on you. And,
I think I've no room. Yeah. Just don't mistake them for a goo while you're riding and eat them.
Oh, God. They do have nutritional value.
There is menthol in there.
You don't have any... I would have thought you would have put some like Imodium in here. And
I wanted to say Pepto at the drop bag, but...
I think it's a great idea. Some like a little baggie, like 8 ibuprofen, and some. I'll be honest with you, some antidiarrheal could come in, very handy, as well as maybe some antihistamine, kind of like if you got stung by a yellow jacket on your lip while you're out there trying to
rattlesnake,
film a video for all of your good friends that you don't, anyway.
Well, it's like this weekend. I didn't pack TP and stuff because the canal is so well prepped.
Oh well, yeah.
Except the water.
I always carry.
Oh my God, that was the most disgusting water I've ever had.
Oh, gross!
But I did take a big gulp of it, just because I was that
parched. Yeah. Well, the best thing that the canal wellheads are for is dunking your head underneath them.
That felt good.
Yeah, that even if it's
don't drink the water.
Even if it's not that hot, it feels good. So
if I were to run that water through a purifier bag or something, would it taste that bad?
What I typically do when I'm doing
have not
like
done
a multi-day overnight on the Towpath is I'll carry Mio, like a little water additive to kind of throw in there. And if you run it through a filter, even though it doesn't need to be filtered, so run it through a filter and then throw some Mio in it.
Will it taste like dirt?
No, it kind of takes that away. It takes it away.
That was gross.
It was. It's gross. There's no doubt about it. And not all the wellheads. That one may have actually just been pulling water straight out of the river.
It was basically the same thing.
So I do carry dude wipes with me. Little self packages.
They're just rebranded baby wipes. You guys
Yeah,
just all
They're smaller.
Yeah.
They're
Insecure
smaller,
about yourself.
individually wrapped, and more expensive. So I do carry those.
I'm
Well,
just
it's
gonna
nice to be fresh.
just put some baby wipes in a Ziploc.
Well, that's just that's ghetto, and I don't want to do that. I need to have the little self-sealed package, and
Oh, I know you've used those on a ride with us.
I have.
Yep.
I have. I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go, and you don't want to be doing that though. And then Dave is very adamant about this. Don't be doing that in the woods, people. Don't be like stepping off the road. I think that the public lands up there, they're very, very strict about what you do in the bushes.
What you don't do.
So take care of it ahead of time. And it's a very relaxing start.
I'm starting at 7:30. Sunrise is 7:14.
Is it?
Yep.
I wonder if we can start a little earlier.
We're getting up at 5:30. I'm cooking us all breakfast.
I'm looking for as much time. I am spending as little time in rest stops as is possible.
Yeah.
It's going to be an in, recharge the water, throw some food in my mouth, and get to the next place. That's my plan of attack. I don't know what your plan of attack is, but that's my plan.
No, I just need to get there. The only thing I didn't put on here, because I don't really need it, I'll charge ahead of time, is a little emergency charging cell
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask.
with a cord, but my watch is ridiculous on battery life. I'll charge it before.
I will
my
carry
phone.
the little charger, and I'll carry a charging cable for my phone,
Yeah.
and I'll carry a charging cable for my Garmin too, on the off chance that gets, who knows?
30, it's like 20 hours of run life.
I know, but it
You never know.
could take me that long
doing
to
your 120.
could take me that long to finish. They'd be like, "Where's Brian?" I don't know. I still haven't. He had to change the routes. The 90 is now 95.
Oh, son of a...
The 120 is now 110. No, I'm just kidding you. The 120 is now 125. 125. So, the weird thing is, when you start thinking about 90 to 120, that 30 sounds like a big number. But when you think 95 to
tell me
125, that number doesn't seem like
I'm already
as big a
doubting
difference.
myself in general.
If it's rainy and nasty, I really think that's going to seal the deal for me doing the 120, 125 now. I don't think I got that in me. I probably have that in me if I wasn't. You get nervous, you get kind of antsy. I also want to get back to the unPAved and enjoy company of people and talk to listeners and talk to Dave and talk to you, because you and I don't get to spend nearly as much time together as people think we do. So, that's just me. Anyway. Anything else that you haven't thought about in here?
No, I just looked at the reroute. It's totally different.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Kind of made me queasier.
what's the elevation on the 95?
It goes up to 6,700.
Wow.
I think it added
That's adding a lot. Actually, that probably added 1,500 feet.
balls.
What about the 125? What's the elevation on that?
99 to 10,000.
Might as well call it 10.
Oh my God.
We'll see. We'll see how the day plays out. The rain could hold, and we have a fantastic time. So, okay, you ready to do this or that, Joey?
Oh, man.
Let's do this or that.
I need some more beer. I didn't realize that.
I shouldn't have said that, should I? Should
I
I?
should have just went into this one just totally blank. It's like you were we were riding loud and you're like, oh, here comes the next big climb and all this person. I'm like, just stop talking. I don't like when people call out mile markers on the canal. Like, stop. I don't want to know.
I want to know you.
When I ride,
excuse me for annoying.
I turn off my distance. I just keep speed.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Don't want to know
I
distance.
don't wanna
That's
know.
actually a real nice tactic. I've
had some very nice
screen.
rides where I don't know the distance.
I may create a screen on my Garmin that's just speed.
Got one on here.
And what I'm really
I
concerned
really
about,
just need GPS.
I want average speed.
I don't care about average speed.
I want average speed because that's telling me that's actually, I guess, the same thing as having distance. Quite honestly, I don't know. First item, Joey, on this week's This or That.
The first 90 or the 96?
Would you rather have unPAved bag drop or an unPAved domestique?
Oh, domestique. Why not? That'd be so cool.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? Do you think maybe we could convince like somebody to do that? I don't know, Marcus?
No.
You out there, Marcus?
We're doing the buddy system. You and Larry, and then me and Marcus, just for shits and giggles.
I don't. Well, Larry is hands down. Larry's going like way long. Larry may actually find more to add on to actually go.
Actually, I throw in another 30 quarter. You should do the extra 30 next year.
Not enough.
Here's the GPS route.
I like the bag drops. I do. I think Dave has really thought that through. It is a tremendous amount of effort to do that, and I applaud him for that. So, second item on this week's This or That: ride unPAved with your mechanic friend, or carry all your own repair supplies.
Well, I'm not a mechanic on the weekends. I've never practiced bicycle mechanics
You
before.
say I'm riding with Larry, but after I saw this list of stuff that you think we're going to need and that you're going to have it all, I'm not leaving your side,
Larry
buddy.
just carries a rock to beat stuff with. It's like, oh, you broke on me, and he beats it.
Stuff's afraid to break on Larry.
Yeah.
They're afraid of him. Okay.
I'm gonna ride with the friend.
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't trust other people with my stuff.
I was going to say.
I don't trust people working on Jess's bike or my bike. Is not.
I don't.
No one touches those two.
It's.
I'll screw around with your bike and put something in your handlebars, but
because I'll leave it there and laugh about it. I left that those you put bearings in there, right?
are they still in there? No, we got new bars.
It's got new bars. They stayed
you
in
didn't
there a long time.
this wasn't like a joke, but I took your wheel decals off.
I saw that. Although I didn't see that.
No, until I told you.
Until you
it
told me.
looks so clean.
Dude, I just ride the bike.
I know.
I ride the bike until something doesn't work, and then I try to figure out how I can get it done as cheaply as possible. Would you rather, Joey, ride unPAved wet or dry?
Well, considering episode 139, I said if it rains, I'm watching all you suckers from a coffee shop.
No. You said if it's rainy and cold. And it's supposed to be, the weather's supposed to be decent. It's supposed to be 70s. Yeah, but if it's rainy and you're screaming down those descents.
Rainy. I was talking to Mark and say rainy and 50 is cold.
That's going to be cold. The start, I think, is going to be cold. If it's raining at the start, that's going to be a train
you're
wreck.
Done.
If it doesn't rain until a little later in the day when you've actually started to heat up, I don't think it's going to be as bad.
I mean, my only motivation was Roubaix, and I was like, oh, everyone's so cool. I don't want to look like that, though. God, no.
God, I don't want to look like that.
68.59. So anyway.
So wait a minute. Low is 59?
Yeah.
See, that's not bad. But if it's wet and damp, that can, if you start the day.
I like a nice, cool, overcast day.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
That's what I would love.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
Like 63, 62 degrees, overcast.
Well,
it's good photo weather.
So the only thing that really worries me about the rain is that it's raining the day before as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's why I'm putting on new tires.
It's not going to be like this, good course conditions, and then all of a sudden some rain comes. It's going to be like, hi, we're getting sloppy. Hi, we're getting sloppy. Hi, we're getting sloppy and sloppy and sloppy and sloppy and sloppy.
Could be like on, Oklahoma red clay that we all don't want. No, it's not going to be. I'm just saying.
I know.
It could be like that, and you could be really worried. But people cheer on the rain.
No, I don't want to cheer on any rain. I don't want any rain. I'm not crazy about that. Okay, last item, Joey. This or that. unPAved. Sleep in a house or sleep in a tent?
Well, I'm going to go with my new REI Ultra Half Dome SL1. My new Nemo pad.
I'm going
with a house.
Yes.
We have a nice house.
Get a good night's sleep the night
5 minutes
before.
away.
Yes. Absolutely.
We're going to sleep. We're going to do things differently this year at unPAved.
Mm-hmm.
No partying. We'll party a little.
Well, no, after.
Yeah.
After. There's no part. So if we were going up on Friday.
So Friday, I still plan on going to the little pub crawl, but not see how many Moscow mules I can drink.
Okay, good. Good.
Go have a Moscow mule.
Okay.
Or 4. 4 is not bad. 8 or however many I had. Yeah. That's a big deal. No, I'm just kidding. A beer or two,
Yeah. Just be social.
Social.
We're going to be out Friday night. We're going to be social Friday night. We're going to,
Yeah.
something
Got to kill any potential COVID germs with alcohol.
When are we going to tell Larry where we're staying? Does that not happen until Saturday?
That place tells Larry where we... I'll text Larry tonight or tomorrow.
Larry tells us where he stays.
Yeah. I have spoken.
No, Larry, we will...
That is Larry, that guy.
Yeah.
I have spoken.
What was that dude's name?
I don't know. I just started watching Mandalorian again because the new Boba Fett series comes out December 29th.
Oh, I didn't know. You stay on top of all of that stuff. So yes, I also agree. Sleep in a house. So we want to do the exact opposite of a wet or dry unpaved. We want dry. We want warm condition. We're basically really soft, is what it comes down to. Like Ted's going to be out doing the unpaved overnighter thing.
Well, freaking dandy for Ted.
Tent in the rain and oh, okay. Good job, Ted. We're not doing it. I'm not doing that. Joey, you got anything else before we shut it down?
So this thing is a straight out and back.
What is?
The 90.
Oh, I haven't looked at the routes. I just knew that they kind of changed.
Well, it is an out and back for 60 of the 90 miles in that 30-mile loop through, what is that? What area is that? Anyway, Penge Creek wild area, just outside of Bald Eagle.
Wild area.
Oh, my God.
Wild area.
I am having second thoughts about my
You gonna do
my life right now.
You gonna do the fun paved?
No,
you'll be fine. Good God, you're gonna be fine.
Some paved.
You're gonna be fine. I'll ask again. Anything else before we shut it down? No more second guessing unpaved. I'm sorry I told you about the changes in the routes. I can see your brow is crinkling and you're rubbing your head.
I was dead after a little canal thing.
Well,
it's a lot of pedaling.
It's a lot of pedaling. Because you get the ups, you get the downs. We talked about that, and that 90% of the time when you're on the pedal, I'm going to prefer those ups and downs over that continual 4 hours worth of work. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not worried about you at all. Just don't let the butterflies get you. You're set. You're solid.
Butterflies are scary.
I know. Death by 1,000 butterflies.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you want to support this podcast, I asked you to do this last week. How many of you had done it? Because the best way to support us is to give us a 5-star rating and consider dropping us a good review. I didn't say that last week. I mean,
you can do a bad review. Tell us we need to improve on.
I'm
not afraid of it.
You're not afraid of that? You're not scared?
Brian hates bad feedback.
I do.
He takes it very personal. I'll be honest with all of you.
I take a lot of things too personally.
You do. But it's you.
Because it's the strangest little comment can come out of left field and it'll set me off for hours. I'm sensitive, Joey.
You are.
Leave me alone. How could folks get in touch with us if they would like to try to get in touch with us, Joey?
All right. So what they need to do is they need to, man, I should have been more prepared for this section.
What's the first number that they should call to leave Wookiee noises?
The first number? That one I will get back to. But since we're locked out of our GTD account, our Instagrams are B and Rains for Brian's. And then mine is Joey Sikorsky 24. You can find us on the GTD thing, whatever.
At Mid-Atlantic
GTD. But if you need to find us through that, we're on there.
And I'm open to that. I got no problem with people reaching out to me.
And then if you need to check out our website is graveltraveldirt.com. And if you would like to call us and leave us a Wookiee voicemail, our phone number is 410-474-8345. I said it slow enough for you to dial it while you're driving to unPAved.
Repeat it one more time.
410-474-8345. Like I said, best Wookiee impersonation by, what did we say, the 15th or something? I gave a date.
Something like that, yeah.
We'll probably get something from us. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
And we're going to have stickers, and we're going to have magnets. And
I'll have extra jerseys.
We're going to have all kinds of cool stuff at unPAved.
I'm not giving out those, but...
No, I know, but we're going to have stuff. Hey, are we going to get to see Ted?
If someone calls every day for a solid 30 days and leaves a voicemail, I will give you a jersey.
Leave some Wookiee voicemail.
Yeah.
So are we going to get to see Ted? Ted, are we going to get to see you?
He might
I don't
float
even
on
know.
down.
I don't know. We'll see him at unPAved. We'll see him at the after thing.
Does he have to ride to that?
I guess so.
I don't know how
I
that
would
works.
think so. It should all culminate with the unPAved party.
Maybe.
We'll see. Mid-Atlantic Gravel Traveler and Dirt is recorded this week right here in Joey's kitchen. Thanks for riding along, everybody. We will see you this weekend at unPAved. I'm so excited.
I don't know if I'll see you after that.
So until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna be toast.